WerewolfLydia here, and welcome back to a new Living Dead doll review on my channel. So today, as you can see, I'm doing a review of another The Lost in Oz series doll, and this is the Scarecrow. And actually this is the last doll that I have from this series. Currently, I'm not sure if I will ever be able to get Oz itself, so this is the last review from this series, at least for a while. And yeah, he's probably, or she actually, it's probably one of my favorite dolls from this collection besides Dorothy. So first off, let's take a closer look at the box, and after that I will unbox the doll and show you the details. So here is the Scarecrow inside of the box, and on the top it says Living Dead Dolls, and the box is actually fades from this emerald green color into Turkish color down below, and there it says Living Dead Dolls, The Lost in Oz, and the O is shaped in this diamond kind of like shape, and that's actually the window where you can see the doll inside. So it's a window box, but it's really a cool design. And down there it says Purdy as the Scarecrow. So it's actually not a he, it's more like a she, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to call him a he, because I always think of the original story, and you know, the only female character there was Dorothy and the witch, so yeah, sorry about that. In the future I just warned you a little bit. So yeah, on the side of the box it says Living Dead Dolls, and there's a picture of Oz itself. And there it says The Lost in Oz again. And on the back of the box there's this awesome picture of all the dolls that were released in this collection, besides Oz, of course. And the Munchkins and the Flying Monkeys and all those minis. But these were from the main series, the main 5 dolls. And it's a really awesome picture. In the background you can see Oz's castle. And by the way, I have already done a review of all of these dolls on my channel, so you can go ahead and watch them if you didn't see them yet. And on the other side it's the same thing. So now let me just unbox him and show you his cool details. So be right back. So here is the Scarecrow out of his box, and he is really awesome. Probably one of my favorites from the Lost in Oz series, because he has so much detail and they did such a good job on him, or her, I'm not sure how to call it. I'm just going to refer it as to a he, because you know, in the movie the Scarecrow was a guy. So yeah, and this doll does not come with any kind of accessories, but he hides a really cool surprise underneath his sack, and that's just really amazing, and I will show you that little secret. But first let's take a closer look at his outfit and his cool details. So starting off with his head, as you can see, he is wearing a dark blue hat, one of those farm guy like hats. I'm not sure how to explain it, but you know what I'm talking about. The hats that usually people wear on farms, and it's all full of holes, and it's just really looking old and dirty. And there you can see, so it looks like that he was actually standing out for a long time in the ever-changing weather. So, and that did a good job on his looks. And by the way, you can see that all through his outfit and clothes. And you can see that he has this sack over his head to make him look more like an actual Scarecrow would, and it's actually sack material, so that's really interesting. And you can see that his mouth has this stitched look, and it's painted on with some black paint, and also his eyes were painted on with black paint, but it has a smaller and a larger button sewn on. And I think that his face like this looks actually really cute. So it gets this kind of like a funny look, but again, really cute. And the sack goes around until here, and you can see that it's all just this really frizzy and like a real scarecrow would have. And it's held together, it's held on his head with this piece of rope. Now if we move down a little bit, you can see that he is wearing this long light blue coat, and that it has some little black buttons on both sides, but those are only decorative, so they are not real buttons. And you can actually see that the jacket as well has some really dirty spots on it, and there's a hole here. And again, just the things that the weather does, and staying out in the storms, and again the frizzy ends, and yeah, so he's wearing a probably a really old coat, because scarecrows tend to get worn out clothes and stuff that you don't need, so that's really a cool detail. And again, the sleeves have these straw pieces sticking out, and these are I'm pretty sure these are actual straw pieces, or maybe they are fake. I'm not sure, I'm not a country girl, so I have no idea. But these are sewn to the sleeves of the cuffs of the coat, so you can take them out and they don't fall out. And underneath, yes, he has his hands, but you can barely see that underneath of the straw pieces. Now, underneath his coat, he actually has, so the coat is a separate piece, and he has this onesie. I think that's called a onesie, this little jean fabric. Well, I'm not sure, it's not really, well, it's kind of like a jean fabric or something similar. And you can see that this one is well dirty, and it has some holes in it. And it actually has a little working pocket in the front, which is really cute. And underneath he has this checkered shirt. I think it's a is it a long sleeve? I honestly thought it was a short sleeve shirt, but I guess it's a long sleeve one, so a little bit of a surprise for me there. Yes, I'm pretty sure it's long sleeved. And by the way, the shirt, the pants, and the coat are all separate pieces, which is a really nice detail and a really interesting thing going on there. So, and yes, they all, well, with the exception of the coat, they velcro up the back, so you can take it off of the doll if you wanted to. And moving down, he has these brown boots, which are pretty much familiar from all of the other Living Dead dolls, mostly the boys, but it's really interesting because they are not the usual black, it's brown. And you can see some more straw pieces sticking out. These are sewn to the bottom of his pants. So there you go. That's about it for his outfit. And now I'm going to show you the little secret that he has underneath the sack. So there you go, this is how his or her face looks underneath the sack. I think it's a really nice detail that they did that. They could have just, I don't know, glued on the piece of sack and just leave it like that. So it's a really nice detail. And yes, this is Birdie, you can pretty much recognize her. I think she was in series 11 if I'm correct, so I don't have her original unfortunately, but maybe sometime over the years I will be able to get her. And you can see that she has this yellowish eyes, and she's looking up, and that's because she has this huge hole the inside of her head. You know, she's missing her brain, and she has some. I think they look like she has some stitches in her mouth as well, and she has this really dark brownish skin, which is kind of interesting because the original one, I think it had the really light or white skin. And yes, the original one had a brain, but now she does not have one. So the original one had an exposed brain. And again, this is really awesome because, you know, in the original not Living Dead Dolls, the original Lost in Oz movie, the Scarecrow wanted a brain, so he didn't have a brain and he was looking for a brain. That's why he went along with Dorothy to her journey to visit Oz and ask for a brain. So that's really awesome because yes, she is or he is missing the brain. And yeah, so the whole idea behind this doll is really awesome, and I really like that detail. So yeah, that's about it for this doll. As I said before, it's probably one of my favorites from this series. I don't know, it's just really awesome, and all the little details, and it looks really cool. So yeah, definitely you should grab it while you can and while it's still available for a fair price. And yeah, so that's about it for my review. If you liked my review, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe for my channel for more toy and Living Dead doll reviews. And thank you so much for watching. Bye bye!